Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Cup Series NR2003 2023 season here at the Dover Motor Speedway, where Corey LaJoie has gotten on the pole for like the first time in his career alongside Kyle Busch in that 8 cars. We are green and underway here in Dover. LaJoie and Kyle Busch go hurtling off into turn 1 and 2. Here's your 2 leaders trying to have every position possible here. LaJoie got Denny Hamlin right behind him up there. We cut behind him here and look, oh, there goes LaJoie. He's up in the wall. Denny Hamlin, LaJoie upside down, and Hamlin gets T-boned by Allmendinger in the 51 of Yaley, and a huge crash has erupted on the first lap at Dover. Denny Hamlin dumps Corey LaJoie and he gets sent in upside down, stuck into the wall. And then Denny gets collected here by Allmendinger and Yaley, who get down the track and absolutely T-bone him and send Hamlin flipping and flying through the air. A hard hit for Denny Hamlin. And your defending NR2003 2022 season winner here, Dover, is out of the race and one of the top contenders in the series. Denny Hamlin cannot afford this. A huge wreck here. Trying to pass Corey LaJoie, wrecks him, and they both go crashing hard. And then the 16 of Allmendinger destroys Hamlin, who had just gotten the top 20 points. The 16 did, and then Yaley nowhere to go. He piles in as well, and a huge crash on this opening lap of action at Dover Motor Speedway. Track where you don't really in real life see too many incidents, but here we have seen a huge crash to open this race. Takes out your top 2, really running first and third when they crash hard. And the 16, I think I turned my 51 down there, and they are both absolutely destroyed and will not be able to continue for the rest of the day. All 4 drivers going to be out. That will be the end of their time racing here today. LaJoie, Hamlin, hard crash, collect AJ Allmendinger, and to 51 of JJ Yaley. Meanwhile, back at the front, those who had escaped that incident, who were on the outside lanes, Kyle Busch leading this race over Kevin Harvick. As we now find ourselves moving on to lap 5, and Chase Briscoe in the 14 also apparently has DNF for some reason. He joins the 4 that were in that last crash. That leaves us with just 31 cars in the race, and already some heavy hitters out of this race, and Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe. Kyle Busch putting some distance on Harvick and Larson, really pulling away the lead right now as Larson and Harvick go at it for second position. Truex down in 4th, and then Christopher Bell behind them in 5th. But Kyle Busch leads the way here in Dover as he looks to finally get us in a green flag run here. Of course, he didn't get to have that going after that opening lap crash, but sometimes that happens. But they continue on. Kyle Busch pulling away as they battle for 2nd and 4th behind him. Kyle Busch looking to take care of business. And Kyle Busch will lead the way here early in Dover, only 8 laps into this 400-lap monstrosity of a race. And now on to lap 24, and now, we got 2 guys stuck out of the pit wall. What is going on? The 77 and the 78. Noah Gregson's out of the race. Ty Dillon McLeod, for some reason, stuck on the inside pit wall there. Don't know what that's about. Now Austin Dillon goes spinning and crashing lap 26. Looks like Daniel Suarez and Michael McDowell are also involved. And maybe Ross Chastain is also in it. I mean, what is going on here at Dover? Already a couple inches. Suarez spins there. McDowell just avoids a little bit of contact. And up here is the 10, racing the 1254. A little bit of contact. He's got to watch out so he doesn't get turned down the racetrack here. They hang on to it. Back at the front, it's Kyle Larson leading this race. Now onwards to lap 35. Kyle Larson leads Christopher Buescher here. Kyle Busch still lurking right there in 3rd place of your top 3, looking to run away with the lead right now. But the race has gone so far. There have been a ton of incidents. A lot of crashes that we certainly have not expected to occur today, yet they have indeed. Ty Dillon back there, clipped by Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell, the 20 to the inside wall, hit by Joey Logano, and Bell and Logano go crashing off into turn 1. Not the way they wanted to have. There they go. Both were running inside the top 10. And a hard hit there for the 20 of Christopher Bell. Gets airborne. Lands back on his wheels off the inside wall. So he was going to spin Ty Dillon out, but then he got hooked by Logano, which saved Ty Dillon, but destroyed the 20 of Bell up in the air, hard the inside wall. Logano seems to be okay. Very minor damage sustained. It's a little bit of contact there into the 20 and then in the inside wall. He should be fine. 48 Bowman, very lucky to avoid this. This happened right into his lap. He avoids it as the 20 and 22 destroyed here in Dover. And it's over for probably them contending for the race win. Kyle Larson leads. Now it's supposed to be, sorry, 17 of Christopher Buescher will be leading the field back to green. Still have a long list of guys out of this race. There's a lot of chaos going on in this Dover race right now. So Chris Buescher leading the way. Kyle Larson behind him there in second. Kyle Busch third. Kevin Harvick looking to make the bottom work in fourth. We see him fortunate. Tyler Reddick to 45 is a lap down, as well as to the 4 wide back here. How did they not wreck right there? The 78, 77, 1 and 21 almost wrecked. They went 4 wide. They just right now. McLeod gets hung out by the 24. William Byron. Stenhouse is going to get into the 78 and turn him down. Around goes BJ McLeod into the inside wall. We stay green as he avoids anyone else, but the 78 gets junked by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in a fight for position. And up here we have an intense battle going on between Brad Keselowski and Ty Dillon. Back at the front, Reddick, a little bit of contact there with the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Watch out, hold on to it, they do. So we continue to stay green. Christopher Buescher continues to lead over Kyle Larson in the 5. So they race it out for position here on lap 43. Not even halfway through stage 1 yet. We've already had all this chaos. I mean, this could be a crazy race here at Dover. I don't even know what to expect anymore. But Christopher Buescher leads the way here. 44 laps into it at Dover. And now we're going to move on to a restart here on lap 49. Blaney not only now out of the race is Ty Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, and the 15 of Brendan Poole out of the race, leaving 26 cars. Once again, another incident that we missed, because instances keep happening left and right, left and right. It's absolutely crazy. Back there, Harrison Burton 3 wide near the cross incident there with Kevin Harvick. The 4, oh, down the track goes Walls, and there goes Harrison Burton. He gets turned in the inside wall, and Chastain gets some damage. But we continue on. They saved it. We stay green. We're good. We're good. Oh, there's another huge crash in front of him. BJ McLeod, Stenhouse, Keselowski, Cindric, Truex, and Christopher Bell involved. What is going on? Almirola hits a 78. Kyle Busch bounces off the wall. McLeod gets destroyed. Hard hit into Cindric, Truex. Stenhouse goes crashing hard in the inside wall. Bell being it. Kevin Harvick gets involved. William Byron gets a bit of Brad Keselowski there. A huge crash somewhere here. You see the 10 of Almirola gets into the 78 of McLeod just as Kyle Busch gets into the 9 of Elliott. That sends Kyle Busch up into the outside walls. The 10 spins the 78. He slams out and gets shot right out into the pack. There goes the 2, the 19, the 47, clipped hard by Keselowski, who then gets hit by William Byron. Of course, you see back there Harvick piling into Stenhouse, but just a huge crash out of nowhere here at Dover. Multiple of your top contenders for this race destroyed. Stenhouse running really well. Cindric, Truex, Christopher Bell had a good day going. I mean, Kyle Busch has some damage. He led so many laps earlier in this race and so many cars destroyed. One of the most chaotic Dover races in recent memory. And we're still only in stage 1. We gotta get to lap 100 to get to the end of stage 1. It's 100, 100, 200 the stages. But this has been so chaotic right now. I can't believe this is happening at Dover right now. But Ryan Blaney looks like he'll come out of the pits in the lead here. And now we'll move on. Oh, there's the 10 up in the Keselowski, Stenhouse, and Priest. Another hard crash. Stenhouse upside down here on lap 66. What is going on? Absolute madness here in Dover out of nowhere. It looks like the 10 made contact the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse here coming out of 4. And he turns him up the racetrack. There's 19, so the 6 Keselowski hard to the outside wall. Priest hard on the inside wall. And Stenhouse, that's for the momentum, gets carried off of Priest up and over on top of the 10 of Eric Almirola. It's a hard crash here. More guys destroyed who are having good runs here. And I don't even know what is going on. This race has been so chaotic right now. Absolute madness erupting here in Dover. Christopher Buescher leads the way. Looking to pull off the upset here as we get ready to call yellow here because Kyle Busch is one of the few guys in the lead lap. We're trying to get these guys in front of him back on the lead lap so it could be, more guys in contention late in this race. So many guys out of this race now. Burton, McDonald. There's barely anybody left in this race right now, but still, anything we did help these guys. So once everyone crosses the start-finish line, which they have now, touchdown command, everyone will race back to the line. We got to make sure they don't wreck here before they get back to the line. That'll kind of defeat the purpose, but we'll see here. Larson, Byron, Chastain, 3 wide right there. Kyle Busch, Bowman, 3 wide. Oh, this could be dangerous. Chastain, Larson, a little bit of contact. You're going to 3 and 4. Hang on to it. They hang on to it for now. They really get squeezed. They're 4 wide. There goes another wrecking. There goes Chastain, Blaney, and Byron. And what do you know? Truex gets it. And what do you know? They go crashing once again. And we called the yellow to get those guys back on the lead lap. And just like that, Chastain is toast. Blaney is toast. Oh my lord. Now back on lap 77, Kyle Busch now back in the front. Christopher Buescher still right there chasing down second. Behind him there is a dangerous 3-wide pack here. Could be in verge of wrecking. Stenhouse, of course, somehow still in the race after all the damage he's gone through today. He is hanging tough. Justin Haley right behind him. They're about to make some contact, and around goes Stenhouse off of Bowman, and he wipes out of the 31. They go crashing, and then the 31's going to slide up into the 78 of BJ McLeod, and a hard crash that will eliminate both McLeod and Haley from this race. On lap 76 after this big wreck, Kyle Busch, though, continuing to lead a chaotic, I don't even know how to describe this race anymore, demolition derby. Lap 83, Kyle Busch in. Oh my goodness, another caution. What is happening? Kyle looks like Larson, but oh my goodness, what happened? Right here, Larson's racing William Byron. He clips a 24 out of the back stretch. They go in the inside wall and upside down. Larson and Byron go flying, tumbling, flipping through the air in a hellacious crash. And two of the top contenders all day long. Kyle Larson led laps earlier, was in contention. Byron fell lap down, but still had a good, clean car. And now both of those Hendrick guys are destroyed, leaving Alex Bowman as the last Hendrick driver before he goes out for a couple of weeks with his injury he sustained in real life. At the time of recording this, it just happened today. And of course, that's unfortunate. But we'll have Josh Berry back to 48 car next week. We hope Bowman gets better soon. But this hard crash here, look at that. Byron stuck in the inside wall. He goes flying. Larson goes on top of him. They both go flying and flipping in a just crazy crash. It's been an absolute demolition derby here in Dover. 200 guys completely gone now. And it's honestly, now there's only 12 cars left in the race. Joey Logano joined those guys. He bowed out of the race. Now Chris Buescher continuing to lead out of the 7 lead lap cars. Chastain's hanging on by a thread to this lead lap. Bowman is running in second behind him. And then back here is where all the chaos has been happening all day long. But some guys who have been running pretty crappy all day have been gotten to recover to get some good finishes, like Tyler Reddick, because of all the chaos. Ty Gibbs and Stenhouse, watch out. This could be another wreck. I wouldn't be surprised if it was by the way the race is going. And indeed, there it is. It goes Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, the 8, one of the dominant cars of the day, around, and somehow Truex and Harvick both avoid him. Kyle Busch will continue on, but he spins. And there goes his track position as the 17 will lead him back to the line here to take the caution flag. And now we're going to get to the final couple of laps here of the stage. Stage 1 is finally going to end with barely anybody left in this race. There's 12 cars left, and that's where stage 1's going to end here with a 12-car field. It's going to be a restart with 2 laps to go in stage 1. Chris Buescher looking to get the points, the playoff point here in the stage win, as he tries to join his teammate Brad Keselowski in the playoffs, and he would become our 11th different winner in 11 races. I mean, these playoff spots are really starting to fill up. So here you go, Chris Buescher looking to win the stage. Here comes the last lap of stage. Bowman runs in second behind him. There are only 2 lead lap cars up here in this little pack of 4 here. Bowman's still in a great position to get some good points, but Christopher Buescher, last lap of stage 1, about to find himself getting that stage win, the all-important playoff point, which could become crucial later if he continues to dominate like he is and wins this race today. It'll be big for him in the playoffs when it comes down to it. Christopher Buescher through 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 1. The start-finish line, Chris Buescher will win stage 1 in Dover. Bowman second in the stage, followed by Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola, Bell, Harvick, Truex, Chastain, Stenhouse, Gill in the top 10. Get that playoff point to Chris Buescher. Now, on to 2 to go in stage 2. Same guys, just different laps. Buescher leading. Bowman is actually third. He's fallen a 1 lap down. Christopher Bell right now, the only other car in the lead lap, 13.4 seconds behind the 17. He's about to sweep the stages. And honestly, at this point, Christopher Buescher has the race win in the bag unless he blows an engine or wrecks himself. Besides that, no one's beating him today. Last lap of stage 2. Most of the field a lap down because Chris Buescher is just too fast, because he is one of the very few cars in this race has a completely clean race car, has not been touched by a soul. Bowman right there trying to unlap himself here in this final corner of the stage. Got Reddick right up ahead of them, who's found his way back in the top 10. Yellow commands out. Christopher Buescher wins stage 2, sweeps the stages here in Dover. Bowman will end up 3rd. Chastain 4th, Almirola 5th. Here comes Christopher Bell to claim his 2nd place finish in the stage. Truex, Ty Gibbs, Harvick, and Reddick will round out the top 10 as Christopher Bell gets 2nd. But Chris Buescher dominates so far, sweeps the stages in Dover today. Now, just like that, we're flying through the race now that half the field's out. I mean, 3/4 of this field's out. On to 2 to go. Now there's only 8 cars left in the race. Harvick, Truex, Kyle Busch, they're all gone, which leaves Christopher Buescher, the only car in lead lap right now. Come take the white flag. So Chris Buescher is about to become our 11th different winner in 11 races, which will only leave 5 spots left on points for the next 15 regular season races. This is crazy right now. I mean, we have so many big names who are most likely going to miss the playoffs. I mean, you guys haven't had wins yet. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, William Byron, so on and so forth. But white flag, final lap, down the backstretch here for Christopher Buescher. He is going to break through and get his first win. Of course, he won real life last year, Bristol 2022, but in this will be his first one since 2016. Chris Buescher wins in Dover, and he will join RFK Racing teammate Keselowski in the playoffs, and RFK, both of their cars in the playoffs for the first time since so long ago, back when they were an elite championship contending team. Buescher wins, then Chastain, Bell, Gillen, Bowman, Gibbs, Reddick, Almirola, the finishing 8, Harvick, Truex, the top 10. So Christopher Buescher absolutely dominates, destroys the field, wins here in Dover in a demolition derby, and is our 11th different winner, and is in the playoffs. It's craziness right now, you know? Let's see the race results on your screen. A long, long list of DNFs. Standings coming up soon. Now you have the updated playoff standings. Chris Buescher slots in 3rd. He's the 3rd driver to have 7 playoff points, running his teammate Brad Keselowski and fellow Ford driver Ryan Preece. 11th different winner. And right now on points, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Eric Almirola. They're in on points at the moment. But I mean, you get some heavy hitters outside the playoffs. Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, among many big names outside the cut line. So till the next episode, where we'll be racing in Kansas, I hope you all have a good one.